you know, we had guys on both sides of the ball, on both teams that made some plays today. We had some guys that played probably better than some of them had in spring, and we had some that didn't play as well as they should have. So, you know, but that's the way a spring game usually happens. It's tough to do when you're as thin as you are in certain situations, but we still wanted to give it a try, and we got at least we got a game in. So, and got away without any injury. So that's a big deal for me.
Coach, who are some of those guys that impressed you today?
You know, TJ Logan, both quarterbacks I thought did some good things. You know, defensively I noticed 28 making some plays, 42. You know, I thought, I thought Landon Turner did a nice job, which he's the guy that's going to be have the most experience up there. I thought he did a nice job up front, you know, and so, I mean, it's, you know, when you're looking at it from back there, you're seeing just spots and glimpses of things, but those guys stood out a few times for me.
How would you assess how Mitch and Marquise did separately running the offense?
Today, you know, I thought their command of the offense was pretty good. I thought there were a couple times where guys were misaligned. They got them straightened out, so I thought they did a nice job of just managing the offense today. There were probably a couple balls that were thrown that shouldn't have been thrown where they were, and you know, we've got to get that adjusted, but pretty much I thought the decision-making process was pretty good, which is what I was looking at today.
How do you handle then ending the spring, going into
same way we've been handling. I mean, we won't change. We'll keep competing every day.
Coach, you talked about the defensive line being one of the deeper areas on the team, and they look like they really got after the quarterback some of the edge.
Yeah, they did, especially early on. And then I thought there's some situations when you split the teams, you don't have any backups. And now those guys are going 7, 8, 9, 12 plays in a row, and you really see that they get out of their comfort zone because they're used to playing about 3, 4, 5 plays at a time and then coming out and, you know, the next guys roll in. So you started seeing some guys getting gassed there later in the game. But I thought early on, the D-line really got some great pressure on the quarterback.
Sam Smiley missed all of last season with an injury. How has he developed this spring?
Yeah, I think Sam's come on pretty good. I mean, he's you know, he's a guy that's got a lot of speed back there, you know, and as soon as he gets more comfortable with each and every call and all the adjustments to make, I think he's going to definitely make an impact on the defense.
Another guy with speed, TJ Logan. What have you seen in his progression this spring?
Just, you know, he picked up where he left off at the end, you know, so if you think about it, he's probably now 1 year in the program, you know, and he's getting better again every rep. He missed a blitz out there that would have been a touchdown. You know, so there's little things like that he still has to pick up on, and he's got a lot of room for improvement. But you know, he's got I mean, he's, you know, every time he touches the ball, he can take it the distance, and that's a big plus for you.
MJ Stewart's name is getting called a lot in the press box for tackles. Got an interception, sort of. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you just go. I mean, you go with him, Elijah Hood, Brandon Fritz, Alan Artis, and Bentley Spain, and all those guys came in, and they ought to be in high school right now, and they're out there competing their rear ends off. But MJ has been a guy that, I mean, almost daily we've talked about as a staff, a guy that's making plays, and I would say right now that MJ is definitely in the rotation. He can play boundary corner or field corner. I mean, he's learning both, and he's really made some plays for us throughout spring. Today wasn't the only day he's done that. I mean, he's done that throughout spring, and so he's really had a great spring.
Coach, along the same lines, you lose Jabari to graduation, you move Tim over to safety. But it seems like with Walker, who you mentioned earlier, and Daz and MJ, that you still have a lot of talent there, cornerback.
Yeah, I believe we do, and I think that's why Vic was comfortable moving Tim. You know, I mean, if you're going to move him, take him from one spot and move him to another, you better have some guys that can go and play, because he's the only one that had any experience out of all of them. And you know, Brian Walker and Des Lawrence have really done a nice job this spring. And then you throw in MJ, and I think Vic feels very comfortable back there with those guys.
The offense scored a lot more points when Mitch was on the field. Is that because he was playing better today, or are there other factors?
You know, I would say if you look at probably stat-wise, I mean, they were probably very similar in the things that happened out there. So, you know, part of it is, I mean, you know, there's no way I could say that the teams are equal in any, you know, by any means, and so that's really hard to judge. I mean, I thought both of them made some good plays. There were a couple things that I didn't like, you know. I mean, a couple balls that were thrown from each of them that I didn't like that were thrown. You know, so, I mean, we'll keep evaluating and they'll keep competing.
Is there an area or two you've seen each guy make the biggest growth in the spring, start to finish?
I'd say corner. I'd say right now, you're talking about.
With just the two quarterbacks specifically, what they've done.
I'd say with Marquise, it's been his leadership. You know, I think with Mitch, it's been he's really now. I think he's comfortable. I think he understands the offense now. I mean, you know, he hasn't gotten any live reps really. I mean, till you know fall camp and now this. So he's come a long way. I mean, he understands the offense now. He's got a pretty good feel to go with the where to go with the ball. So I think he's starting to learn the command, how to command the offense now. And then each one of them have steps to do to keep progressing.
What would you say is the edge in the depth chart right now?
I wouldn't.
Coach, it sounded like you were going to start talking about the corners. How do you think guys like Alex Dixon played today, and what have they shown you this spring? Well,
Alex was out there with the blue team. I mean, he made plays today. So, you got some guys now that I think Dish feels very comfortable rolling in, and that you don't have to worry about them if you stick them out there, and so you can give guys some blows. So you got some competition now, and you got guys competing, so that's making each one of them better. I mean, you can't take a lazy step. You can't, if you don't feel like going hard, it doesn't matter, you're better, or somebody's going to take your job. And so I think it's, that position particularly, we're starting to build a little bit of depth in the program.
When you have a situation where the white team and the blue team are tied pretty late in the game, do you say, wow, my backups are doing really well, I have a lot of depth, or do you say my starters got to pick it up?
I say both, really. I mean, the only thing I knew going into this game, we were going to win, so I was going to be happy. But I mean, you're challenging both sides. And every time you go into a spring game, that one team, the white team, they're going to play with a chip on their shoulder. They're going to prove to everybody. And, the blue team usually needs a foot in the rear end to get them going in some situations. And once they do, they play pretty good.
Did you get things on your offensive line sorted out this spring to your satisfaction?
Oh, no, not even close. I mean, we still have a long way to go there, but, I mean, we had some guys that got beat up and couldn't get very many reps, so I wouldn't say that we're anywhere close to where we want to be up there, but I can tell you through the summer and through fall camp, I mean, we don't have a choice, and we got to be ready, and we will. We'll have guys that are ready to go.
How do you plan to fill the void Ebron brought to the team last year?
It'll be a lot quieter, without him. How do we fill the void? I mean, I don't know that we have that presence in the middle of the field right now. So that means the guys on the outside are going to have to make more plays until we get a guy that steps up and shows that he's going to be a playmaker through the middle. And we're gonna have to see how to do that with multiple personnel groups and find out who's going to be the best guy to fit in that spot.
Coach, last season Mac Hollins was pretty much played exclusively on special teams. He was targeted a lot today. Is he doing things to maybe move into playing with that offense? Yeah,
I would say right now, if we were going into a game, Mac would be in a rotation with the receivers. Mac is, what is he, a sophomore? What is Mac? What is he?
Yes, sophomore.
All right, Mac's a sophomore. Mac's a sophomore. He was voted a team captain last year, okay, on special teams, because he started on all 4 special teams. And he didn't just start. I mean, in every game, Mac made plays on special teams. Okay, so he earned a lot of respect on the football team. Now he's trying to take to the next level, and now he wants to be that type of contributor on the offense. And he has shown this spring that he is very capable of doing that. And so I anticipate if he keeps progressing the way he is, I think he will be in the rotation at the receivers.
Everybody good?